The year is 1833. New Orleans breathes like a living creature at the edge of the continent, a city that should not exist, and yet does, pulsing between river and swamp. The air is heavy, even at dusk, the humidity clinging to the skin like damp silk. Sweet magnolia blossoms drift from courtyard gardens, but the fragrance never comes alone. It mixes with the sour stench of open gutters snaking along unpaved streets, the rot of trash and animal offal, and the acrid burn of coal smoke rising from kitchens and workshops. If you could stand at the corner of Chartres and Street Louis and simply close your eyes, you would still know where you are. You would hear the clatter of wagon wheels over broken stones, the creak of harness leather, the shouting of vendors in French, in English, in Spanish, in Creole, a chorus of tongues layered over one another like sediment. You would hear, too, another sound beneath the commerce and chatter, the sharp slap of an auctioneer's gavel and the murmuring appraisal of buyers inspecting lots, not of cotton or sugar, but of human beings. Before we descend into the darkness of this story, imagine something simple. Where are you watching this from? A quiet living room, a crowded train, a glowing phone in the middle of the night. Wherever you are, I want you to hold that place in your mind. Because, in a moment, we're going somewhere you can't visit on a tour map, into a New Orleans that has been deliberately buried beneath romance and jazz and the soft glow of gaslight. Now, let me take you back. New Orleans of the early 1832 is a city of masks and mirrors. The French Creole elite, those who trace their ancestry to the original French and Spanish colonists, still see themselves as a kind of local aristocracy. They host glittering balls in candlelit salons, speak French at the dinner table, and insist that they are not like the Americans pushing in from the north and east. To them, the new arrivals are crude, uncultured, obsessed only with profit and expansion. But money has its own language, and the Americans are learning to speak New Orleans fluently. The city itself reveals this tension in its very bricks. Spanish colonial buildings line the streets with their thick walls and wrought iron balconies draped in vines. Beside them rise newer, squarer, American constructions, more practical, less ornate. Together they create a cityscape that feels both old and improvised, European in silhouette, but unmistakably born of the swamps and river mud of the New World. At night, the newly installed gas lamps cast small islands of amber light along the main thoroughfares. Between those islands, the shadows deepen into something almost physical. In those pockets of darkness, deals are made, bodies are traded, and secrets grow like mold on damp stone. Beneath everything, beneath the music, the architecture, the wealth, there is slavery. By the 1832, nearly 40% of New Orleans' population is enslaved. They haul goods on the levee, cook in overheated kitchens, clean parlors they will never be invited to sit in, and raise children who will grow up to own people like them. They are everywhere, but they are meant to be invisible. The social hierarchy is dizzying in its precision. At the top stand the white Creole families, obsessed with lineage, reputation, and ritual. Next come the American merchants and speculators, sneered at in salons but welcomed in counting rooms when their ledgers show profit. Below them is a class that confounds outsiders, the free people of color times gens de couleur libre times many of them educated, property owners, artisans, business people, and sometimes slaveholders themselves. And at the very bottom, forming the foundation on which all this elegance is built, are the enslaved. But New Orleans adds yet another layer to this already stratified world, one that will become critical to our story. In the shadows between legal and illegal, between respectable and scandalous, exists a strange social orbit, the world of time's plaquage asterisk. These are women of color, often mixed race, often astonishingly beautiful and carefully educated, who enter into formalized arrangements with white men of means. They are not legally wives, but they are not simple prostitutes either. Contracts are drawn up, property promised, children acknowledged privately if not publicly. These women move through salons and theaters in tailored gowns, yet they always remain on the edge of legitimacy, desired, adorned, whispered about, never truly accepted. They occupy a space that is neither fully enslaved nor fully free, visible when convenient, invisible when necessary. It is in this world, in these overlapping circles of race, class, and desire, that we find the central figure of this story. The records will not give her to us easily. Her true name is smudged, miswritten, or deliberately obscured. Legal documents refer to her as the woman of color known as C, or the yellow girl of uncommon appearance. In one set of court papers, she is called Celine, spelled one way on one page, another way on the next, as if even her name cannot be trusted to remain stable. For the sake of this story, we will call her Celine. But we must remember, even this name is a mask. It is a placeholder for a young woman who was never allowed to fully own her own identity. Celine does not enter the historical record with a birth certificate or a family Bible entry. She appears the way so many enslaved people do, as an item, an auction note, a transaction. In May of 1828, an auction record lists one female of mixed race, approximately 14 years of age, trained in household service and needlework, no known defects, of remarkable cleanliness. She is sold for $800, incredibly expensive for a teenager in that time and place. The buyer is a prosperous cotton factor named Etienne Laval. We will come to know that name far too well. The Laval residence stands on Royal Street, a three-story Creole townhouse wrapped around a central courtyard. The ground floor holds a business office and counting room where ledgers and contracts move like currents in a paper river. The second floor is for display, parlor with imported furniture, a dining room with a table long enough to seat a dozen guests, a music room where Madame Laval offers piano lessons to the daughters of other Creole families. The third floor houses the private family chambers, and then there is the back of the house, the part visitors are never meant to dwell on, the Times, Garçonnière Times, and the service buildings that line the rear of the courtyard. There, the enslaved household staff 7 souls, including Celine, eat, sleep, and wait to be called. By every account that survives, Celine's appearance is not merely beautiful, it is unsettling. A visiting merchant from Philadelphia writes in a letter years later that when she opened the door to receive him, her features were of such symmetry as to seem almost calculated, and that her bearing suggested an intelligence unbefitting one of her station. That line, unbefitting one of her station, says far more about him than it does about her. In the brutal economy of slavery, beauty is not a gift. It is a price tag and a target. The more striking a woman appears, the more coveted she becomes, and the more in danger she is. Her body becomes both currency and cage. For the first 3 years of her life in the Laval household, nothing in the surviving documents suggests what is coming. She appears in tax records as property, in a city census as a nameless tally mark. A dressmaker's receipt lists 2 simple work dresses and 1 Sunday dress for a house girl, charged to Laval's account. On paper, her life reads like routine captivity, but nothing in New Orleans remains quiet forever. Behind the glitter of ballrooms and the gentle clink of coffee cups in the French market, something is already shifting brick by brick, signature by signature. Soon, the house on Royal Street will begin to change, and when it does, Celine's beauty will no longer simply be a dangerous blessing. It will become the key that locks her into a nightmare hidden beneath the city's elegant facades. The story of Celine's life, at least the part history has managed to preserve, begins with a transaction. Not a baptismal record, not a family name lovingly written into a Bible, but an auctioneer's notation scribbled in the margin of a ledger, already yellowing with humidity long before modern eyes would ever see it. Asterisk, asterisk, May 1828, asterisk, asterisk. A marketplace in the French Quarter. The day is hot, the air heavy, and the buyers impatient. Ship captains, factors, planters, and Creole gentlemen stand beneath the ramshackle awning near Chartres Street, evaluating human beings the same way they assess horses or cotton bales, by weight, by posture, by usefulness, by perceived future yield. A 14-year-old girl is led onto the platform. Her hair is tied back neatly. Her dress is simple but clean. Her hands fold in front of her with a quiet discipline that suggests someone taught her. Asterisk, stand straight, do not tremble, do not draw unnecessary attention, because attention can be deadly. Asterisk, the auctioneer reads from a paper. Asterisk, asterisk, female of mixed race, approximately 14, trained in household service and needlework, no known defects, of remarkable cleanliness. Asterisk, asterisk. It is the last phrase that catches the attention of several buyers. This is the kind of description reserved for enslaved girls, groomed for domestic work in wealthy homes, girls expected to tend to fine linens, to touch silver, to serve tea, to accompany the mistress in public. But everyone watching the sale understands an unspoken truth. When a girl is remarkably clean, well-mannered, light-skinned and refined, buyers are not evaluating her ability to polish furniture. They are calculating something else entirely. Bidding begins. Slowly at first, then faster. $800. A staggering price for a young enslaved teenager. But one man does not flinch. Etienne Laval, cotton factor, merchant of considerable means. A Creole businessman whose reputation is neither spotless nor scandalous, simply times ordinary times in a city where morality bends easily under the weight of profit. He signs the purchase slip with a flourish. The girl who will come to be known as Celine is handed over like a parcel. No mother to cling to, no siblings crying out, no voice calling her by her real name. Just the sound of the river rolling behind the levee and the whisper of silk coats as the buyers disperse. Laval's home is not a plantation mansion surrounded by fields. It is something far more dangerous. A city estate tucked into the dense and shadowed heart of the French Quarter, where secrets cannot escape, but people can. Royal Street is a place of contradictions. Lavish Creole townhouses stand shoulder to shoulder, their balconies dripping in ironwork like lace. Behind them, hidden from passing carriages, lie narrow interior courtyards paved with stone, shaded by banana leaves, and enclosed on all sides by tall walls that let in almost no sound. The Laval residence is typical of this world, beautiful on the outside, compartmentalized on the inside, designed in a way that allows certain rooms to be seen and others to be forgotten. Asterisk, asterisk, ground floor, asterisk, asterisk, business office, counting room, storage. Asterisk, asterisk, second floor, asterisk, asterisk, parlor, dining room, music room, where Madame Laval teaches piano. Asterisk, asterisk, third floor, asterisk, asterisk, private chambers. Asterisk, asterisk, rear buildings, asterisk, asterisk, kitchen, laundry, and the Times garçonnier, asterisk, where enslaved workers sleep, eat, and wait for their names to be called. Into this hierarchy, Celine is placed. A girl with no past permitted, no future promised. But the Lavals notice something immediately. Not her youth, not her obedience. Her times, beauty, asterisk. A traveling merchant, John Willoughby of Philadelphia, describes the moment he first sees Celine. His letter, discovered in a family archive decades later, reads, "Is greater than. A young woman answered the door. Her features possessed a symmetry so precise it was as though a draftsman had arranged them. Her eyes carried a brightness and calm that startled me. I forgot my purpose in calling. This is not admiration. This is appraisal. In the slave economy, beauty is an asset, and assets are exploited. Is greater than." A young woman answered the door. Her features possessed a symmetry so precise it was as though a draftsman had arranged them. Her eyes carried a brightness and calm that startled me. I forgot my purpose in calling. Asterisk, a domestic servant displayed before guests. Asterisk, a forced concubine. Asterisk, a luxury commodity sold at a premium. Asterisk, or a piece in a more sinister economy, one hidden, profitable, and brutally efficient. Celine's beauty is not a blessing. It is an invitation for predation, and Laval recognizes its value immediately. For a time, the paper trail suggests normalcy, normal, meaning the routine horrors of slavery. Celine cooks, cleans, assists in the music room, and likely serves Madame Laval during social calls. She appears on a census as house girl. A dressmaker's receipt shows 2 cotton work dresses and 1 better quality Sunday dress, purchased for her odd, perhaps, given her status, but not alarming. Nothing in these records hints at what will come. Nothing suggests the existence of hidden rooms or trafficked women. But New Orleans' darkest stories never begin with screams. They begin with silence, with small details ignored, with a girl being sold for a price too high, to a man too eager, in a city too skilled at hiding its ugliness beneath beauty. And somewhere behind a shuttered window, behind a locked courtyard door, something is already shifting. The renovations will begin soon. The disappearances will start. The sounds in the night will grow impossible to explain away. And Celine, She will find herself pulled into a world far more dangerous than even the auction block she was taken from. A world hidden beneath the floorboards of Royal Street. A world where beauty becomes a commodity, traded in darkness. For 3 years, life inside the Laval household appears, at least on paper, quiet, too quiet. In a city where secrets move faster than the river, silence is rarely innocent. The first sign that something is changing does not come from a scandal or a witness, but from a bureaucratic document almost no one would have bothered to read in 1831, an architectural permit. A single sheet of paper, stamped, noted, filed, and carrying, in the margin, a phrase that should not exist at all. In asterisk, June 1831, Etienne Laval files for permission to renovate rear dependencies and storage cellars. On its face, the request is utterly ordinary. New Orleans is a city constantly patching, repairing, rebuilding. Wood rots, stone shifts, floodwaters creep into basements like thieves, but someone, likely a clerk, adds a note in a different hand. Inspection waived per request of applicant. Standard fee paid. Additional consideration. That phrase additional consideration does not appear in any other permit from that entire year. Not one. It is a bribe, disguised with courtesy, a gesture understood between men who share power, privilege, and the quiet confidence that no one will question them. Whatever Laval is building, he does not want inspected, but someone, likely a clerk, adds a note in a different hand. Madame Thérèse Duclos, who lived 2 houses down, keeps a diary. Her entries begin innocently, is greater than the hammering and sawing from the Laval courtyard continued past dark, is greater than unusual, as most workers retire by sunset. 2 weeks later, the tone shifts, is greater than Marie claims she saw men carrying timber through the porte cochere after midnight, is greater than surely improper, or perhaps I worry too much. 3 weeks later, is greater than I heard noises again, hammering, chains, it is too late for work, is greater than Antoine says it is my imagination, but I know my own ears. The work does not stop when the sun goes down. The materials arriving are not the sort used for simple repairs, and the workers themselves are strangers, not the usual enslaved carpenters and masons of the quarter, not free black craftsmen who dominate the city's building trades, but white men ferried in from Algiers, rougher, cheaper, and far less likely to talk. Someone is being paid to remain silent, and someone else is being paid to build something no one should ever see. Later, when historians finally piece together receipts from multiple archives, the evidence becomes chillingly clear. 40 linear feet of heavy cypress planking, perfect for damp, enclosed spaces, 12 reinforced iron brackets, far too thick for shelves or simple hinges, 6 iron hasps, the kind used to secure heavily locked doors, 20 feet of high-quality chain, no explanation attached, leather restraining straps, listed on an apothecary's bill as though they were medicine, a gag device, cotton-lined slipped into an invoice between laudanum and castor oil. New Orleans was not unfamiliar with cruelty, but these purchases point to a purpose beyond punishment or discipline. They point to containment, Then come the disappearances. Josephine, a free woman of color who had served as laundress for 5 years, vanishes from the household rolls. No bill of sale exists because free people cannot legally be sold. Yet she is gone. Her name simply stops appearing. A month later, a notice appears in the Times Cabaret runaway Negro man Baptiste, age 28, speaks French, some English. Reward, $20. $20. A shockingly low reward for a trained house servant worth 10 times that amount. It is almost as if Laval does not want him found, or worse, does not need him found. Because in a household where something secret is being built, a servant who knows too much is a liability, and liabilities disappear. By late 1831, the Duclos' diary grows more frantic, is greater than, last night I woke to weeping, not imagined, real, is greater than a woman's voice, muffled as if behind a wall. 3 nights later, e maggiore di, scraping sounds, a dragging, repeated, is greater than Marie Claire heard it too. She is terrified. New Orleans is a loud city, but the noises coming from the Laval home are wrong. Not the sound of construction, not the sound of domestics working late, not the sound of a household preparing for winter or repairing hurricane damage. These are sounds of suffering, suppressed, obscured, but unmistakable. Someone inside that house is crying, and someone else is ensuring the city will not hear. E maggiore di, scraping sounds, a dragging, repeated, is greater than Marie Claire heard it too. She is terrified, is greater than, your letters worry me, is greater than, you speak of headaches, sleeplessness, and a house that no longer feels like a home, is greater than, what troubles you, is Etienne's business failing? But there is no reply from Marguerite. No explanation, no confession. Perhaps she does not know what is happening beneath her own flaws. Perhaps she suspects. Perhaps she knows and cannot bear to face it. In a city where wives are expected to be elegant shadows of their husbands, silence can become a kind of prison all its own. Meanwhile, Etienne Laval's business records shift dramatically. Alongside legitimate cotton transactions appear new entries: spécial cargo, asterisk, asterisk, private arrangement, asterisk, 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 commission paid in cash, asterisk, asterisk, no manifests, no bills of lading, no receipts. Money moves like a ghost, visible only in the ink it leaves behind. And yet, no one questions him. He is a respectable merchant, a Creole gentleman, a man with cathedral donations to his name. Men like Laval do not raise suspicion. They do not need to. Suspicion, like everything else in New Orleans, is heavily influenced by race, class, and reputation. Then there are the drugs: laudanum, morphine, chloroform, purchased not once, but repeatedly, in quantities far too large for treating routine illness among a family of 3 and a handful of enslaved servants. The apothecary also records asterisk, asterisk, leather straps, medical grade, asterisk, asterisk, cotton-lined gay device, bought casually, as though one might purchase cough, syrup, or soap. No one questions why a cotton factor would need surgical restraints. No one asks why his household staff never visits the apothecary for treatment, despite these alarming purchases. New Orleans has mastered the art of looking away. By the end of 1831, the renovations are complete. The workers from Algiers are paid handsomely and vanish. Neighbors grow uneasy. Servants disappear. Sounds echo at odd hours. Noise becomes silence, and then silence becomes dread. Behind the respectable walls of Royal Street, something has been built, something meant to be hidden, something meant to contain. Rooms that no one must see. Rooms not meant to exist. Rooms that will soon swallow the lives of girls no one will remember. And Celine, beautiful, educated, observant, lives directly above them. But she does not yet know, not yet, not until she is forced to descend the stairs beneath the kitchen, not until she sees what those midnight hammers created. The cracks in the facade are widening, and soon everything beneath that house will be revealed, not to authorities, not to neighbors, but to the one person Laval believes cannot speak. Asterisk, asterisk, Celine. Asterisk, asterisk. In any other city of the American South, the life of an enslaved girl like Celine might have been predictable in its brutality: long days of labor, limited education, and a future defined by backbreaking domestic or field work. But New Orleans is not like other southern cities. Its peculiar social ecosystem, its Creole aristocracy, its free people of color, its French colonial legacies creates a world where certain enslaved girls are trained not for labor, but for time's presentation. Asterisk. This is where Celine's path begins to shift from the ordinary chains of enslavement into something far more insidious. And the clues, at first glance, seem strangely benign. In early 1831, months before the renovations beneath the house, an invoice appears in the account book of a French dressmaker on Rue Chartres. It lists 3 items purchased for the Laval household. Asterisk, 2 cotton work dresses. Asterisk, 1 finely tailored. Asterisk, asterisk evening dress. Asterisk, asterisk, pale green silk. Asterisk, custom fit. Asterisk, 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 $40. Asterisk, asterisk, an extravagant sum for any garment in that era. But the entry contains something even stranger. The dress is not marked for Madame Laval. It is recorded only as asterisk, asterisk, for the household girl, asterisk, asterisk. No name, no purpose, no explanation. Silk dresses are not purchased for enslaved girls, especially not teenagers, especially not enslaved teenagers who have no place to wear such finery, unless the master has a specific plan, unless the girl is being groomed, not for freedom, but for display. In New Orleans, beauty can be weaponized, and preparation often begins with silk. The next clue appears in an unexpected archive. The attendance rolls of the Times Sisters of the Holy Family, times the first Black Catholic order in the United States. Their school, rare for its time, offered basic education to free girls of color: reading, writing, arithmetic, French literature. Enslaved children rarely appear in such lists. But in 1830, a name surfaces: asterisk, asterisk, Celine Ward of Laval household, asterisk, asterisk, an enslaved girl receiving formal education from a black nun, paid for by her enslaver. Enslaved children rarely appear in such lists. But in 1830, a name surfaces. In early 1831, months before the renovations beneath the house, an invoice appears in the account book of a French dressmaker on Rue Chartres. It lists 3 items purchased for the Laval household. This was not the grooming of a servant. It was the grooming of a times commodity, times intended for a very specific market. Such training aligns with a practice known across the Creole world. People assumed they had run away, or been sold, or left for another city. But Celine is not free. She cannot negotiate. She cannot refuse. Whatever she is being prepared for, she does not get to choose it. And Laval does not intend to elevate her. He intends to sell her. Around this same time, something changes in the weekly newspapers. Asterisk, asterisk, L'Abeille, asterisk, asterisk, a French-language paper, begins printing small notices, easy to overlook individually, but chilling when viewed as a pattern. Asterisk, asterisk, information sought regarding Adeline, woman of color, approx 18. Asterisk, 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 missing free woman, seamstress, last seen on Royal Street. Asterisk, 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 reward offered for knowledge of Celeste, age 20, absent from family home. Asterisk, asterisk, all young, all women of color, all last seen in the French Quarter, all gone. In a city where free people of color routinely traveled alone, where enslaved women could be hired out to multiple households, disappearances often went unquestioned. By the end of 1831, the renovations are complete. The workers from Algiers are paid handsomely and vanish. Neighbors grow uneasy. Servants disappear. Sounds echo at odd hours. Noise becomes silence. And then silence becomes dread. But the frequency is wrong. The ages are too consistent. The locations too precise. These disappearances begin in 1830. They spike in 1831. And every single one of them clusters within walking distance of Laval's home. Something is happening in the quarter, but the city is too blind, too comfortable to see the shape forming in the shadows. In Creole society, daughters of free women of color were often groomed from childhood for times plaquage asterisk, taught French etiquette, embroidery, piano, acts of refined conversation. Their families negotiated arrangements with wealthy white men, often securing wealth and stability. But enslaved girls, they were groomed without consent, without family, without any hope of negotiation. They were raised to be valuable, not respected. And Celine, she is caught between worlds in a way that makes her uniquely vulnerable. She is, asterisk, too beautiful to ignore, asterisk, too educated for ordinary labor, asterisk, too enslaved to refuse the role being shaped for her, asterisk, too refined to be sold cheaply, asterisk, too young to understand the darkness of what she's being prepared for. Laval is not preparing her for his household, nor merely for companionship. He is preparing asterisk, asterisk, inventory asterisk, asterisk. Inventory for a network operating outside legal sales. Inventory for buyers with very specific tastes. Inventory for men who pay not through official channels, but in private, in cash, in coded ledgers, and Celine senses it, not consciously at first, but she feels the shift in how Laval looks at her. She sees Madame's sudden discomfort, her withdrawal. She hears whispers from older servants, who fall silent when she enters the room. A storm is forming around her, one built of bribes, silences, and missing girls. And soon she will see it for herself. Not in rumors, not in hints, but in the cold stone beneath the kitchen floor, where the renovations have created a world no one was meant to witness. In late 1831, a smaller clue emerges, insignificant on its own yet catastrophic in hindsight. A note in a merchant's log, asterisk, asterisk, extra candles delivered to Laval, back building, asterisk, asterisk, not the main house, not the parlor or music room, the back building, where enslaved workers sleep, where the renovations occurred, where the city never looks. You only need extra candles when daylight is not allowed to enter. Something beneath that house must remain hidden. Something that cannot be exposed to the gaze of neighbors or passing wagons or God himself. And Celine, educated, observant, beautiful, is being groomed not only for a role, but for proximity. She will be allowed to go where others cannot. She will be brought into the closest orbit of Laval's secret. She will become a witness he cannot permit to speak, and in a city drowning in silence, Celine's silence is the most valuable commodity of all. What she is about to see will shatter the last remnants of her innocence and begin the diary that should never have existed. The first entry in Celine's diary is dated asterisk, asterisk, July 1832 asterisk, asterisk, but in truth, the story of that diary begins months earlier, with footsteps in the night, with whispered commands, with the cold dread of descending stairs she never knew existed. It begins with a sound, not the clang of pots in the kitchen, not the shuffle of servants rising before dawn, but something deeper, something muffled, something times alive asterisk. Celine hears it for the first time when she is sweeping the corridor floor one humid evening, a low moan rising from beneath her feet like a trapped wind or a voice swallowed by stone. She stops, she listens, and then, as quickly as it came, it vanishes. She tells no one. An enslaved girl with imagination is a dangerous thing, but the sound will return, and it will push her toward the truth that almost no one in New Orleans ever learned. One night, months after construction ends, Laval summons Celine. He does it casually, as though assigning any household task, but his tone carries an edge sharper than any knife in Madame Laval's kitchen. "Come with me," he says. Quietly, he leads her to the back building, past the kitchen hearth still warm from the day's cooking, and toward a narrow doorway she has never seen opened. A door that blends into the wall. A door with a lock too heavy for anything innocent. Laval turns the key. The air that rises to greet them is damp, still, and wrong. Before she even descends the steps, Celine understands. This place is not for food storage, nor wine, nor any purpose a respectable household could admit. This is the place the midnight hammering built. The stairs creak beneath her feet. They descend into darkness, lit only by the flame of the lantern Laval carries its glow dimmed by the oppressive humidity. The walls are freshly whitewashed, but even through the new coat, Celine sees faint lines beneath the paint places where bricks were moved, closed, rebuilt. Something has been sealed here. At the bottom of the stairs is a corridor, narrow, windowless, silent. To the left, a heavy door, iron hasps, fresh wood. To the right, another, 4 in total. 4 doors for 4 rooms that officially do not exist. Laval sets the lantern on a hook and turns to her. His voice is soft, almost gentle. "You will tend to our guests." That word asterisk, asterisk, guests, asterisk, asterisk sends a chill through her body so intense, she clutches the apron at her waist to keep from trembling. He gives instructions. Asterisk, bring food twice daily. Asterisk, bring water. Asterisk, empty chamber pots. Asterisk, speak to no one. Asterisk, tell nothing to Madame. Asterisk, look at no papers. Asterisk, and never, under any circumstances, question him. His final warning is whispered, almost like a father instructing a child. "If you fail to stay loyal, I will see to it that your fate resembles theirs." Then he leaves her alone in the corridor. The lantern flickers. The first door begins to rattle, and Celine takes a breath she does not feel enter her lungs. When she opens the first door, she sees a girl perhaps **15 younger than Celine, sitting on a thin mattress, her knees drawn to her chest. Her eyes widen. She whispers, "Where am I?" Celine cannot answer. She shakes her head. In the second cell, a woman around **25 stares at the wall, not responding when Celine enters. There is a bruise along her jaw. Her hair has been cut unevenly, as though someone hacked through it in haste. In the third cell, another young woman no older than 17 begs, "Please tell my sister where I am. She will pay him. She will come for me, please." But Celine does not know how to send a message. She does not know where these women came from. She does not know if anyone is looking for them. She is enslaved. She cannot even protect herself. And in that moment, the shape of the truth begins to take form. These are not imprisoned criminals. These are not workers in debt. These are not women temporarily housed or awaiting papers. These are girls who have been taken kidnapped, purchased illegally, stolen from homes and streets across the quarter, the missing notices from La Baie, the disappearances neighbors whispered about, the runaway notice for Baptiste that carried no urgency. All of it clicks into place in the dim glow of that lantern. Laval is not simply a cotton merchant. He is a trafficker. And Celine, 17 years old, enslaved, educated, and too beautiful for her own safety, is being drawn into the core of his operation. Celine begins writing her diary because she cannot speak. He is a trafficker, and so her first entry reads, "Is greater than asterisk. I write this not knowing if words on paper can save anyone. Asterisk is greater than asterisk, but I cannot hold this in my mind alone. Asterisk is greater than asterisk. If I disappear, let something remain. Asterisk." Her handwriting at first is precise, elegant, almost too fine for someone in her position. As the entries progress, it deteriorates. Ink digs into paper, hard enough to tear it. Letters bend, words stretch, and all the while, she documents what she sees. Madame Laval gives her a small leather-bound book, assuming the girl will use it for household accounts, tallying laundry, tracking linen repairs, listing kitchen expenses. But the Sisters of the Holy Family taught Celine more than numbers. They taught her language, dangerous, subversive, liberating language. The more she writes, the clearer it becomes. Laval is preparing her, not as a servant, not as a helper, but as a keeper, Madame Laval gives her a small leather-bound book, assuming the girl will use it for household accounts, tallying laundry, tracking linen repairs, listing kitchen expenses. But the Sisters of the Holy Family taught Celine more than numbers. They taught her language, dangerous, subversive, liberating language. The more she writes, the clearer it becomes. She hates herself for this, but she is trapped between two horrors, not as a servant, not as a helper, but as a keeper, Madame Laval gives her a small leather-bound book, assuming the girl will use it for household accounts, tallying laundry, tracking linen repairs, listing kitchen expenses. But the Sisters of the Holy Family taught Celine more than numbers. They taught her language, dangerous, subversive, liberating language. She feeds them, she waters them, she cleans their blood, she empties their chamber pots. The fear, the deception, the coded ledgers, the buyers who come at night, the surgeon with his cruel measurements, the women who arrive terrified, and the women who leave, never to be seen again, but around Celine herself. She feeds them, she waters them, she cleans their blood, she empties their chamber pots. She hates herself for this, but she is trapped between two horrors, because Laval has plans for her, and those plans are about to become far more terrifying than anything she witnesses behind those forbidden doors. When Celine first entered the cellar, she hoped that what she witnessed was temporary. A terrible secret, yes, but maybe something limited. Maybe these rooms were holding places. Maybe these women would be freed or sold legitimately. Maybe the agony she saw was not part of a larger design. But hope is a fragile thing, especially in the hands of someone who is not free. As summer deepened in 1832, Celine realized the truth. She wasn't witnessing an isolated cruelty. She was witnessing a times system. A system so well-oiled, so profitable, so hidden that even the city built on the selling of human beings pretended it did not exist, and she herself had become one of its gears. The first time Celine sees Laval's ledger entries, it is by accident or so, she tells herself, and there is no way back to the life she had before. **BR. Final payment received ***. Mobile. Commission collected. Avena export. Premium price. ***. Delivered to BR. ***. Private arrangement. ***. No names. Just letters. Just numbers. Just codes. She is dusting his office one afternoon when her eye catches a page left open. Cotton bales, commission percentages, standard entries. Then, and the numbers line up. 17 women in 3 months. 17 coded entries. But Celine has lived in that cellar. She has counted the women coming and going. She has memorized their faces, even when she wishes she could forget. These women leave at night, unseen. They do not appear in official documents. They simply vanish into BR, into Mobile, into Havana. It is not enough for Laval to profit from domestic slavery. He is trading in women who cannot be legally sold, women who were stolen, women whose families have posted missing notices in the French language newspapers, and Celine realizes what the codes mean. ***. She is part of an illegal trafficking pipeline that stretches from New Orleans to Alabama and to the sugar plantations of Cuba. ***. A pipeline designed to disappear people. Then comes the surgeon, not a doctor with tools for healing, but a man carrying a leather case filled with metal instruments that glint like knives in the lantern's flame. He arrives one afternoon unannounced, unwelcome, and yet expected. Celine is ordered to assist him. She descends the stairs behind him, her hands trembling so violently she hides them in her apron. The surgeon walks with professional detachment, the way a cataloger might approach artifacts. Except the artifacts here are terrified women. Inside the first room, he measures limbs. Inside the second, he inspects teeth. Inside the third, he takes samples of hair and skin. His notes are clinical, his gaze cold, his interest anatomical. He is not looking for illness. He is looking for times, traits, ***, bone structure, skin tone, age, symmetry, reproductive potential. He categorizes them the way breeders evaluate livestock. Celine's diary records it with brutal clarity. Is greater than ***. He measured them like horses, ***. And then, a whisper from one of the captives, an older woman whose voice is barely audible through cracked lips. Is greater than ***. He is trying to breed us. Can't you see? This is greater than he wants to know which bodies make which babies. ***. Celine does not know whether the woman is right, but the idea burrows into her mind like a worm eating through soft wood. And the more she sees, the more she realizes how plausible it is. Because this operation is not random. It is methodical, scientific, organized. It is what happens when human beings with power view other human beings as raw material. There was always a market for enslaved women of remarkable appearance. Some buyers wanted domestic servants who could also serve as ornaments. Some wanted concubines. Some wanted women to populate quadroon balls, where white men selected mixed-race mistresses. Some wanted to sell them again for profit. But Laval's operation went beyond all of that. It catered to. It is what happens when human beings with power view other human beings as raw material. This was not ordinary slavery. It was sexual slavery. It was trafficking. It was eugenics. It was the commodification of beauty itself. And in a city whose Creole culture fetishized mixed-race women, the demand was enormous. Women like Celine were considered exotic, refined, valuable, value that could be bought, value that could be chained, value that could be shipped to another country in the dead of night. The trafficking network functioned seamlessly. Women were kidnapped from New Orleans streets, hired out illegally, or tricked into entering private residences. Some were enslaved. Some were free. The difference did not matter. In the code of men like Laval, a body was a body. They were imprisoned in the hidden cellar rooms, fed minimally, kept alive, but barely, prepared for inspection. Buyers visited at night. The surgeon assigned value. Laval entered codes in the ledger. The women left through the courtyard gate in covered carts. Some were taken to the docks, others to temporary safe houses. None were taken to public auction. Once they crossed into Mobile or Havana, they became untraceable. Free women became enslaved. Enslaved women became unrecorded property. Families searching for them hit dead ends. New Orleans swallowed their names. Only Celine wrote them down. Adeline, Josephine, Maria, Celeste, L.Y., A.W., and dozens more whose names never made it into ink. Her diary entries from October 1832 carry unbearable weight. Is greater than asterisk. I am feeding them while they wait to be destroyed. Asterisk. Is greater than asterisk. My silence keeps me alive and kills them. Asterisk. Is greater than asterisk. I do not know which is worse, my fear or my complicity. Asterisk. And yet, she continues to serve them, because if she refuses, Laval will replace her with someone crueler. If she speaks, the captives will suffer for her indiscretion. If she runs, the punishment will be slow and public. She is trapped in a moral cage, just as real as the iron ones in the basement. She is a teenager enslaved, a teenager witnessing horrors that even adults would struggle to endure. And every day, she must pretend she sees nothing when she serves coffee upstairs, dusts the parlor piano, or helps Madame choose sheet music for her students. Her life becomes two worlds. Asterisk, asterisk, above the floorboards, the performance. Below the floorboards, the truth. Asterisk, asterisk. And then, late one night, she writes the most chilling line of all. Is greater than asterisk. There are more women now. Is greater than too many. Is greater than the rooms are not enough. Asterisk. Laval's operation is expanding. And then, late one night, she writes the most chilling line of all. Her life becomes two worlds. Asterisk, asterisk. Laval is watching her differently. Asterisk, asterisk. The codes in the ledger increase. The buyers come more frequently. The sounds from the cellar multiply, and Celine's fear becomes constant, unrelenting, bone deep. But as merchandise, high-quality merchandise, and the day will soon come when the coded ledger will include her. She writes because she knows the truth. It is greater than asterisk. I am not safe because I help him. Is greater than I am valuable because I am next. Asterisk. Is greater than asterisk. There are more women now. Is greater than too many. Is greater than the rooms are not enough. Asterisk. And the day will soon come when the coded ledger will include her. She writes because she knows the truth, and the diary begins to show it. She is both and neither. Her soul is splitting under the weight of what she knows. The handwriting changes. The tone shifts. The voice frays at the edges. Her entries from December 1832 read like someone watching herself from the outside. Is greater than asterisk. In the morning I am calm. Is greater than in the night I am not myself. Asterisk. Is greater than asterisk. I move through rooms the way one moves through a dream. Asterisk. By the end of 1832, Celine has become two different people. One lives above ground, the other below. This is dissociation, what we now recognize as a psychological defense against trauma. But in 1832, no one has words for this. No one has sympathy. No one sees her suffering. Celine learns to wear her face like a mask. The servants in the household notice her quietness. Madame notices her exhaustion. Even the neighbors sense something odd about the girl who now rarely looks anyone in the eye. But no one understands what she is carrying. Is greater than asterisk. I feel that my body is only a costume for a girl who died months ago. Asterisk. And Celine has no one to tell. Then there are the footsteps. Late. Soft. Deliberate. He tells her. He talks. Not commands. Not threats. Talks. Not commands. Not threats. Talks. No one can imagine the daily horror below their feet. He tells her. Asterisk. Asterisk. You are special. Asterisk. 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 You understand better than the others. Asterisk. 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 You will have opportunities. Asterisk. 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 Most girls of your complexion never rise above scrubbing floors. Asterisk. 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 You will not be wasted. Asterisk. Is greater than asterisk. He says I will be leaving this week. Is greater than he lies about where. Is greater than I know I am not being placed. Ist größer als I am being erased. Every word is a chain. No one can imagine the daily horror below their feet. Laval begins visiting her room at night, not violently, not yet, but in a way far worse. Like a man sharing business plans with a trusted partner, he sits on the edge of her small cot uninvited and speaks to her as if she is not a terrified, enslaved girl, but a junior collaborator in his empire of shadows. Is greater than asterisk. He speaks as though I should thank him. Asterisk. Every word is a chain. One night, he tells her. Celine writes. He sits on the edge of her small cot uninvited and speaks to her as if she is not a terrified, enslaved girl, but a junior collaborator in his empire of shadows. Is greater than asterisk. I do not trust the softness in his voice. Asterisk. Because the softness is calculated, a slow grooming, a prelude to the final betrayal, is greater than asterisk. His eyes say, I am inventory. Asterisk. Not for someone of her time's worth. Asterisk. Not for someone of her time's ability. Asterisk. Not for someone of her time's personhood. Asterisk. No, you should not worry about such things. Your future will be comfortable for someone of your position. A position she did not choose. A position he will soon change with a signature and a handshake. Celine understands instantly. She is being prepared for the same pipeline she once believed she was merely witnessing. She is next, but with a gentleman of means, a phrase so rehearsed that Celine realizes immediately. This is how Laval talks when women are about to disappear. She maps the route in her mind. For someone of her asterisk position, asterisk. But for enslaved people, escape is not just running, it is surviving long enough to matter. She has seen runaway notices. She has heard stories of the captured. Asterisk branding. Asterisk whipping. Iron collars. Asterisk chains. Asterisk sail down the river to the deadly sugar plantations. Punishments far worse than death. For someone of her asterisk position, asterisk. So she stays. Not because she is obedient, not because she is weak, but because she knows the consequences will fall not just on her but on every woman in those cellar rooms. She cannot sacrifice them to save herself, and she cannot save them by staying. This is the cage within the cage. As winter approaches, Celine's entries take on an eerie calm. Is greater than asterisk. I feel the end coming, the way one feels winter. Asterisk. And she cannot save them by staying. She cannot sacrifice them to save herself, and she cannot save them by staying. She cannot sacrifice them to save herself. The air in the house feels thick, suffocating. She cannot sacrifice them to save herself. For someone of her asterisk position, asterisk, is greater than asterisk. Sometimes I imagine locking myself in the fourth room so I would not have to choose anymore. Asterisk. It is the first time she admits she may not survive this. The other enslaved workers avoid meeting her eyes. Madame becomes increasingly ill, as if the sickness in the house is seeping into her bones. Buyers come more frequently. Laval spends more nights in the basement. The surgeon returns. Asterisk. Slip down the back stairs after midnight. Asterisk. Through the courtyard. Asterisk. Past the garden gate. Asterisk. Into the dark maze of Royal Street. Asterisk. Toward the river. Asterisk. Onto a steamboat heading north toward free soil. Sentences trail off. Words repeat. Thoughts loop. Is greater than asterisk. I am two people now. Asterisk. It is the first time she admits she may not survive this. Asterisk. Slip down the back stairs after midnight. Asterisk. Through the courtyard. Asterisk. Past the garden gate. Asterisk. Into the dark maze of Royal Street. Asterisk. Toward the river. Asterisk. Onto a steamboat heading north toward free soil. This is greater than asterisk. I do not know which life is real. Asterisk. Even the walls seem to pulse with dread. She is no longer just a witness to a crime. She is a witness to herself being destroyed. And soon, the pressure on her mind will collide with the external collapse of the operation, because the network Laval has built is beginning to crack. People are asking questions. Women are disappearing too quickly, and one free woman of color is about to refuse the silence that New Orleans demands. The reckoning is coming, but not fast enough to save Celine from what happens next. The year asterisk 1833 asterisk begins with a tension that feels almost physical, like the heavy pressure in the air before a hurricane. Something is shifting in New Orleans. Whispers are circulating. Doors are closing too quickly. And for the first time, the machinery of Laval's operation begins to grind under its own weight. But powerful men often believe they are untouchable. In a city built on slavery, they usually are. Still, every empire, especially one built in darkness, cracks from the inside before it collapses from the outside. And Laval's first crack comes in the form of a letter. In February 1833, the editors of Times l'Abbé Asterisk, a French-language newspaper, receive an unsigned letter written in careful, educated script. It reads, "Is greater than asterisk. I urge investigation of certain homes in the French Quarter where women of color are held against their will. Hidden rooms, strange noises, disappearances. Evil hides behind respectable names. Asterisk, no address, no names, no specifics. Just a warning." The editor, Auguste Dubourg, files it with the usual pile of conspiracy-laced mail. Newspapers in the 1,830 seconds receive hundreds of crank letters. And accusing prominent white men without evidence is a quick way to be sued or worse. So the letter is forgotten. But someone, somewhere, has begun to speak. Not loudly enough, not clearly enough, but enough to stir the air around Laval's house. The true threat comes in March 1833, carried by a woman whose sister has vanished without a trace. Her name is Delphine Mercier, a free woman of color. Her sister, Josephine, had worked as a laundress at the Laval home until she didn't. Delphine goes to the municipal court, the city recorder's office, and files an official complaint. Josephine entered the Laval household. She never came out. A clerk is sent to inquire. Laval responds immediately with charm, composure, and a flawlessly rehearsed lie. Delphine goes to the municipal court, the city recorder's office, and files an official complaint. Josephine left voluntarily. She requested a character letter. He provided it. She moved to another household. He even produces a letter of reference allegedly written by Josephine herself, her handwriting shaky, the signature painfully forced. Delphine insists it is forged. The clerk shrugs. The law favors ink on paper over the pleas of a black woman. Laval responds immediately with charm, composure, and a flawlessly rehearsed lie. Instead, she hires a lawyer. Not just any lawyer, but Armand Lenous, a free man of color trained in France, operating in the limited legal space available to non-white attorneys in Louisiana. Delphine insists it is forged. The clerk shrugs. The law favors ink on paper over the pleas of a black woman. Armand Lenous starts asking questions. He speaks to shopkeepers, servants, market women, anyone who has seen the back gate of the Laval residence at odd hours. The fragments begin to form a pattern. Strange noises at night. Cart drivers paid too well to ask no questions. Apothecary deliveries at midnight. Women arriving after dark and never leaving. Fresh whitewash that doesn't match the original walls. Servants disappearing without notice. Construction workers brought in from Algiers and told not to speak. Piece by piece, a mosaic emerges, and at its center is a house on Royal Street that has changed shape in ways the city does not want to acknowledge. It is enough to prompt legal action, barely. On April 3rd, 1833 Lenous presents his findings to the city recorder. They are circumstantial, but troubling. Witness testimony. Patterns of disappearance. Suspicious construction. Laval's evasive explanation. The recorder hesitates, but in an unusual break from tradition, he issues a warrant for a property inspection, something rarely done to wealthy Creole households. 2 days later, on April 5th, the recorder, 2 constables, and lawyer Armand Lenous arrive at the Laval residence. Celine writes in her diary that morning, "Is greater than asterisk. There is smoke everywhere. Is greater than papers burning in the courtyard fireplace since dawn. Is greater than he knows. Asterisk. Laval is prepared, terrifyingly prepared. The official report claims no hidden rooms were found. Asterisk. No captives were discovered. Asterisk. No wrongdoing took place. Asterisk. The basement was ordinary storage space. But later accounts, letters, testimonies, fragments tell a much darker truth. Asterisk, asterisk. Everything incriminating is already gone. Asterisk, asterisk. Celine's diary describes the frantic cover-up as greater than asterisk. The women were taken away in carts in the night. Asterisk is greater than asterisk. He scrubbed the floors until they bled. Asterisk is greater than asterisk. He forced me to whitewash the walls until the smell of lime made me choke. Asterisk is greater than asterisk. Doors in the basement were bricked over, still wet. Asterisk, and Armand Lenous confirms this in a letter to a colleague, is greater than asterisk. I saw fresh mortar on the basement walls. Is greater than. They were sealing doorways as we arrived. Asterisk. He also writes, is greater than asterisk. The enslaved girl they called Celine would not meet my eyes. Is greater than. She seemed terrified beyond speaking. Is greater than. Laval would not allow her to be questioned. Asterisk. The constables find nothing, because Laval has erased everything. The city, relieved to avoid scandal, closes the case on asterisk asterisk April 12th, 1833 asterisk asterisk, just 7 days after the inspection. This is New Orleans at its most ruthless. Asterisk. A free woman cries for her missing sister. She is dismissed. Asterisk. A lawyer gathers testimony. He is ignored. Asterisk. Neighbors whisper of screams. They are told it is imagination. Asterisk. A newspaper receives a warning. It is filed away. Asterisk. Evidence is literally bricked over. Officials declare nothing wrong. Asterisk. A trafficker walks free. His victims vanish without a trace. Everything works exactly the way the system is designed to work. Historians later call this the machinery of denial, and machinery this efficient does not fail easily. Laval emerges unscathed, his reputation intact, his wealth undisturbed, his operation battered but not broken. He simply moves faster, more aggressively, and more dangerously. But there is one person he can no longer tolerate inside his home. Asterisk, asterisk, Celine, asterisk, asterisk. She has seen too much. She knows every lock, every code, every dark truth. Laval emerges unscathed. Historians later call this the machinery of denial, and machinery this efficient does not fail easily. She has seen too much. She knows every lock, every code, every dark truth. Her handwriting is jagged, her ink smooth, her words desperate, and her presence now poses a threat he cannot risk. Is greater than asterisk. Know that I tried. Asterisk. Is greater than asterisk. Know that I did not go willingly. Asterisk. And then, the final heartbreaking line, is greater than asterisk. Please remember us. Asterisk. The next day, she disappears. Not into the city, not into another household, not into safety, but into the same network she once helped maintain, the same shadow that swallowed the women she fed, cleaned, and wrote about. Laval has won, for now, because although Celine's body may vanish into the machinery of trafficking, her words hidden in a wall 2 doors down will one day resurface. Silent, fragile, and furious, a time bomb waiting for a century to explode. On the morning of asterisk asterisk April 15th, 1833 asterisk asterisk, the Laval household wakes to a strange, deliberate quiet. Servants move through their routines. Madame Laval lies in her room, too weak or too afraid to rise. Etienne Laval leaves early for his counting office. The courtyard smells of lime and extinguished ash. And Celine, the girl who tended the hidden rooms, who wrote what she could not speak, who witnessed everything that should have remained impossible to witness, is gone. No record of departure, no announcement, no explanation, just silence, almost as if she had never existed at all. But history is stubborn. Even in a city built on forgetting, small fragments remain scattered like breadcrumbs across archives on both sides of the Gulf. And when pieced together, they create the faint outline of Celine's final journey. A journey that begins not in New Orleans, but in asterisk asterisk Mobile, Alabama asterisk asterisk. 2 weeks after Celine's disappearance, a small advertisement appears in the Times Mobile Register, Times newspaper, on asterisk asterisk, May 1st, 1833, asterisk asterisk. It is so small it could be mistaken for a merchant's classified listing, but it is not. It reads, asterisk asterisk. Reward offered for information regarding the whereabouts of a young woman of color, approx 19 years, of notable appearance, believed to have arrived from New Orleans in late April. Asterisk, asterisk, no name, no family listed, no identifying guardian, just the phrase, asterisk, asterisk, family seeking to locate, asterisk, asterisk, but no family of Celine is ever recorded. No free relatives, nor lineage. It is so small it could be mistaken for a merchant's classified listing. Asterisk, asterisk. Reward offered for information regarding the whereabouts of a young woman of color, approx 19 years, of notable appearance, believed to have arrived from New Orleans in late April. Asterisk, asterisk. So who posted this? Asterisk, asterisk 1. Asterisk, asterisk. A buyer awaiting delivery who never received the merchandise. Asterisk, asterisk 2. Asterisk, asterisk. Someone, perhaps a servant, perhaps a free woman who tried in vain to alert the public without exposing themselves, and then disappears, just like Celine. In the same week, a ship manifest from the Mobile docks lists a vessel bound for Havana. Asterisk, asterisk. Merchant brig, times Celeste. Departure, asterisk, asterisk. May 15th, 1833, asterisk, asterisk. Cargo, 4 unités domestiques marchandises, privat consignment. This seemingly innocent phrase is not innocent at all. In the vocabulary of illegal slave traders, asterisk, asterisk, domestic merchandise, asterisk, asterisk, is code. It means, asterisk, asterisk, human beings being transported in violation of U.S. law. Asterisk, asterisk. The federal government banned the importation of enslaved Africans in asterisk, asterisk, 1808 asterisk, asterisk, but illegal trafficking into Cuba and trafficking times out times of the U.S. into Cuba remained lucrative for decades. Cuba's sugar empire needed labor, and New Orleans, with its multiple languages and shadow markets, was the perfect funnel. 4 women, 4 unies, 4 vanished names. Historians can't say with certainty that Celine was one of them, but 3 facts align too perfectly. Asterisk. She vanished on April 14th. A mobile notice appears 2 weeks later. Asterisk. A ship to Havana departs shortly after with 4 units. And then, a line appears in Laval's own business papers, discovered during an estate settlement years later. Asterisk, asterisk. The 15th of May, 1833. Final commission on C. Premium price received. Account closed. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. She vanished on April 14th. A mobile notice appears 2 weeks later. Asterisk. A ship to Havana departs shortly after with 4 units. Historians can't say with certainty that Celine was one of them. After this, the paper trail dissolves. She becomes invisible. Yet somewhere, across the water, a faint thread continues. The Cuban archives from the 1830 seconds and 1840 seconds are notoriously incomplete, rotted by humidity, scattered during political upheaval, damaged by fire. But traces of enslaved women trafficked from New Orleans periodically surface. Asterisk baptismal records, plantation inventories, asterisk lists of domestic servants, asterisk medical logs, manumission disputes. Most contain no names, only descriptions or initials. A young Louisiana woman of notable appearance, a girl educated in French, a domestic servant who reads, a quarterona with refined bearing. Any one of these could be Celine. All of them could be someone like her. Asterisk, asterisk, merchant brig, times Celeste. Departure, asterisk, asterisk, May 15th, 1833, asterisk, asterisk. Cargo, 4 unités domestiques marchandises, privat consignment. A, asterisk, asterisk, freedom, suit, asterisk, asterisk, filed in Havana, in asterisk, asterisk, 1847, asterisk, asterisk. The petitioner's name, asterisk, asterisk, Selena Morena Libre, asterisk, asterisk. Selena, free woman of color. Her claim, asterisk, she was asterisk, asterisk, not asterisk, asterisk, born in Cuba. Asterisk, she was born in asterisk, asterisk, Louisiana, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. She was educated by asterisk, asterisk nuns, asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk, she was kidnapped and illegally sold asterisk, she had been enslaved for 14 years, asterisk, she was held in a house where other women were trafficked, she was sent to Cuba to silence her, the judge rules in her favor. She is freed in 1848 The records after that are quiet, silent, empty, but the echoes of her testimony linger. Historiens disagreent. Some argue the name Selena is too coincidental to ignore. Others argue the timeline 14 years aligns too neatly. Her description fits. Educated, beautiful, literate, Louisiana-born. Her claim about hidden rooms and trafficked women is nearly identical to Celine's diary. But the archive entry is damaged. Water stains obscure key details. Some names are smudged, some dates missing. It may be her. It may be another woman whose story mirrors hers, because Laval's operation was not unique. It was part of a broader, invisible network. Some argue the name Selena is too coincidental to ignore. Others argue the timeline 14 years aligns too neatly. Her description fits. Educated, beautiful, literate, Louisiana-born. If it was her, then she survived 14 years of illegal captivity. She fought for her freedom in a foreign court. She won. If it was not her, then her fate remains unknown. Her body lies unmarked in the history of Havana. Her life ended in forced labor, or childbirth, or violence, and the only part of her that remains is the diary she hid in a wall. Either possibility is devastating. Either possibility is true for countless women. What we do know is this: from New Orleans to Mobile, from Mobile to Havana, from Havana to forgotten sugar plantations, a girl like Celine could vanish without a ripple. Her beauty increased her price. Her education increased her usefulness. Her silence increased her survival. Her fear increased her obedience. And all of those things made her the perfect commodity. Not because she was weak, not because she was simple, but because she was everything the market desired, and the market hidden beneath the respectable facade of Royal Street always gets what it wants. Celine knew she would vanish. She wrote it. She felt it. She lived with the dread of it every day. Her final diary entry is not about herself. It is about them. The 17 women in the rooms. The girls stolen from the quarter. The free women tricked and disappeared. The enslaved women reclassified as merchandise. Her last plea. Asterisk, please remember us. Asterisk, not remember me. Remember times us. Asterisk, every woman in that cellar, every woman taken, every woman sold, every woman erased. Because Celine understood something chilling and true. In a system built on silence, remembering is resistance. Her diary was her rebellion. Her words were her weapon. And 90 years later, when those pages were pulled from a cavity in the wall, she rose from the darkness one final time, not as a victim, but as a witness history can no longer ignore. Stop. Number **, Part 10. The Aftermath, Ghosts, Plaques, and the Weight of Memory ***. If this were fiction, we would end with justice. A trial, a confession, a downfall, a grave marked with shame. But the real history of the American South does not give us tidy endings. It gives us absences, silences, holes where accountability should be. And so, after Celine disappears into the machinery of trafficking, the story of Etienne Laval continues as though nothing happened at all. Official records show that after the failed investigation of April 1833, Laval returns to business as usual. Another, not a single line, not one, mentions the fact that a municipal inquiry ever occurred. By the mid-1842s, Laval is considered a pillar of the Creole community. When he dies of yellow fever in **1851**, his obituary calls him, is greater than **, a gentleman of refinement, respected for his business acumen and civic contributions. Nothing about the cellar, nothing about the missing women, nothing about Celine. Silence is the best friend of powerful men. After Laval's death, the Royal Street residence changes hands several times. During the Civil War, it houses multiple families. During Reconstruction, the property falls into disrepair. By the late 1800s, it functions as a boarding house for dock workers and transient laborers. No one living there knows what the walls have seen, what the floors have hidden, what the basement contains. No one knows there was once a hidden corridor beneath the kitchen, or that faint scratches still linger behind plaster, or that the remains of nails, chains, and iron brackets sit entombed in the foundation like fossils. Not until 1923, 90 years after the summer when Celine wrote her diary, does the truth resurface. In 1923, during an early wave of urban redevelopment, the building is slated for demolition. Workers breaking through the basement wall hit something hollow. Behind the bricks, they find a corridor that doesn't match the floor plans. 4 small rooms, heavy doors, iron fittings, and a faint, sickly residue of lime and mold clinging to the walls. The whitewash is old, but beneath it, scratches, long, desperate, human. Some appear to form letters, others form words. One phrase, barely legible, carved into soft brick. Help us. Another, asterisk, asterisk, remember, asterisk, asterisk. Newspapers publish a brief article. Is greater than asterisk, hidden rooms discovered in French Quarter building. Is greater than possible connection to old slave quarters. Asterisk. But the jazz age is in full swing. New Orleans is obsessed with music, nightlife, and the booming port economy. The city shrugs. The evidence is inconvenient, the past too heavy, the truth too uncomfortable, so the discovery is quickly forgotten. The building is demolished, the basement filled, a parking lot is built over the site. Later, in the 1960 seconds, a small plaza replaces the parking lot. Tourists drink iced cocktails just a few inches above where tears once soaked stone. The only reason we know Celine's story at all is because of the diary. It should never have survived, asterisk. It could have been burned during Laval's frantic purge, asterisk. It could have been found and destroyed by another servant, asterisk. It could have rotted behind the wall, asterisk. It could have been tossed aside during demolition. Instead, it endures. A thin leather book, pages browned, edges broken, ink smudged by heat and time. Found behind a brick in a building, asterisk, asterisk, 2 doors down, asterisk, asterisk, where Celine hid it, knowing Laval might search his own walls, knowing he might never think to search another. Her diary becomes a time capsule of suffering, a testimony, a defiance of silence. When historians examine the handwriting, the details, the French idioms, the consistent timeline, the cultural nuance, most agree. It is real, it is hers, and it is the only direct voice we have from inside a trafficking network that the city spent a century pretending never existed. In 2015, as part of a citywide initiative to acknowledge sites of slavery, New Orleans erects a small bronze plaque in front of the modern building that now occupies the property. It says, asterisk, asterisk, on this site, women of color were illegally trafficked and held captive in the 1,830 seconds. This plaque honors their memory, especially Celine, whose diary testifies to these crimes. May we never forget, asterisk, asterisk. People pass it every day without noticing. Some glance at it briefly before stepping into a restaurant or bar. A few stop, read it, and feel the weight of what once happened. Ghost tour guides whisper rumors about the site. The scraping sounds at night, the cold air near the foundation, the feeling that someone is standing behind you when the street is empty. But it is not the supernatural that haunts this place. It is memory, human memory, the kind Celine begged for in her final entry. For every woman Celine named, there are others lost to the archive. Asterisk, the girl who begged her to tell her sister. Asterisk, the older woman who understood the surgeon's experiments. Asterisk, the 15-year-old who sobbed into her mattress. Asterisk, the free women kidnapped off the streets. Asterisk, the enslaved women sold into shadows rather than auctions. Their names are gone, their stories erased, their deaths unrecorded. Celine's diary does not save them. It cannot. Nothing can. But it does something else. It refuses to allow their suffering to vanish completely. It anchors them to history. It breaks the silence. It shatters the facade. It reminds us that beneath the beauty of New Orleans, beneath its wrought iron balconies, gas lamps, music, and charm, There are buried rooms, rooms where women cried, rooms where no law protected them, rooms built by men the city called gentlemen, because Celine asked for one thing, asterisk, asterisk, please remember us, asterisk, asterisk, not remember the architecture, not remember the Creole families, not remember the elegance, remember times the women asterisk, the ones nobody was meant to remember. Her diary is her resistance, her words are her rebellion, her survival into our century is her victory, and now, by hearing her story, we become what she hoped for, asterisk, asterisk witnesses, the ones who remember, the ones who refuse silence. Asterisk, asterisk. Every story we tell about the past is also a story about the present, about the systems we choose to expose, about the voices we choose to uplift, about the truths we finally allow ourselves to see. And so, when you walk through the French Quarter past the music, past the art, past the laughter and drinks, remember that beneath your feet lies another New Orleans, a city of hidden rooms, of bricked-over doors, of diaries shoved into walls, of girls whose names never made it into ledgers, of a young woman who wrote in the dim light of a stolen candle, asterisk, asterisk, I existed, asterisk, asterisk, and now, because her story has been spoken aloud, because you have heard it, she does,